And tell me about this car.
It's a 1935 Duesenberg.
Motors in the car.
It's a 354.
Did you do all the work yourself?
I did all the interior. I did almost everything you see under the hood.
What's your favorite car of all time?
Whoa!
US Classic Muscle Cars. Tell them stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you. I'm here at the Palos Heights show and I'm with
Dan Kelly,
And where are you from, Dan?
Palos Heights.
All right, another local. How long have you had the car?
Actually, this month will be a little over a year coming up. So
Usually I ask, what did you bring to the show tonight?
yeah, well, that's
Sorry.
70. It's a 73 Nova, but there's a lot of modifications done to it, so it actually looks like a 72. It's got new bumpers, fenders, quarter panels. There's been a lot of cosmetic things done to the car.
Did you do all the work yourself?
I did all the interior. I did almost everything you see under the hood, but the body work, that's not my thing. So no body work, and that's about it. So everything else, I did.
Okay. Let's check out the interior.
Okay.
All right, tell me about it.
Okay, basically everything's been redone in here. These are, the seats are out of actually a Camaro. I'm not sure what year it is, but then you got the B&M shifter in there. It's automatic. It's got a turbo 350 trans, so it's 3-speed. You got your gauges in there for everything. I redid the whole dash. I had to put a new pad in here. The headliner's all new. Pretty much everything in there is new. The carpeting, I got the custom floor mats and all
I like
that.
those.
So
I noticed them at the last show. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much everything. The only thing that's not really been done is the glass is the original. So all that stuff you can still see. This is how they used to have the antenna in there back in the old days. That's the antenna for the radio. So
Do you want to change that?
if I ever really started tearing things apart, that would be nice, because it kind of has a weird tint to it, but at least it's original. So it's kind of an original thing to the car from back in the day. So
Kragers?
yeah, the Krieger SS, as you can see, they're pretty famous.
You know, and I've been taking like a tally, I guess, of who's
rim.
running what.
Yeah.
And it's either American Racing or Kragers, you know?
Our center line used to be big too back in the day, but they're only good for
Front
certain
runners.
cars. Yeah, I get the skinnier tires in the front and then the wider ones in the back. So
Is there anything special about this car that you don't see everywhere?
really, I mean, Novas aren't that famous or whatever. Like everyone always talks about the Chevelles and everything.
I think anything Chevy, Nova, Camaro, that's your American muscle. That's where it's at.
Really, there's three things about this car that I get compliments on that nobody ever sees on any other car. These here on the side on the fenders, they're like vents,
Right.
and they actually work. There's little doors inside down by your feet that you can open up and air comes in, so it kind of helps out with airflow. So that's something you don't see too often. If you come back here, in the quarter panel here, it's got an integrated antenna.
Okay.
That this isn't hooked up right now because we got another antenna for the radio, but this is something that you could hook up, and it's
Is this on every year?
This doesn't come in any car. This was like custom done by the guy that did the body stuff.
Oh, okay.
But one other thing, if you look under the back, This is an 80s thing. If you go under there, you'll see some lights.
Okay.
They're called clearance lights. It was a big thing to do back in the 80s. See them? Going down the street at night. That's an 80s thing that everyone always did. So when you're going down the street at night, it shines all the chrome and all the stuff. It looks pretty cool, and then it ties in with the lights here, you know, and everything. You got to see it at nighttime. Kind of right when the sun's going down. It's pretty good.
We'll definitely walk back over and check it out maybe later.
Okay, yeah, it's got the back here. You got your battery back here instead of up front, so there's less things back there. And you got that thing. So that's what.
Now, how many times have you gotten in the car to leave and forgot to hit that?
Oh, all the time. yeah. That's and times I've had it on and left it, and stuff goes dead, you know.
Right.
But I like that because then that just cuts everything off. You don't have to worry about anything.
And then we zoomed in at the last show on your list of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything that's been done to the car.
Okay.
And there's probably even more stuff on there that are just too small to, you know, to really put on there. Nothing, you know, like the caps on here, you know, because you don't drive it in the rain, so there's no wipers on there. So instead of it, you know, looking, well, I can't. Yeah, it's not. They're on there pretty good. Instead of having it look, you know, just kind of cheesy, I put those caps on there. Plus, there's other stuff, you know, just little bolts. You know, I did all the bolts in the front. Almost every single bolt on this whole thing is all chrome. Yeah.
When you do that, though, it looks so good.
You have to complete it. You know, I don't know what else I would do. Some cars have too much. But this, you know, I got the paint.
I like that. The red, you know, mixed in.
Yeah.
Accent the car.
The orange is the original color. It's like a hugger orange, they call it. That's the color that the blocks and all that stuff were back in the day and all that. And so it's got power steering, but it doesn't have power brakes. That's something I would love to do. Was that options for this year? Yeah, this was a base Nova back then. Didn't even have air conditioning. It had heat, but didn't have much of anything. The guy it didn't even have power steering until the guy that redid this put the power steering in and everything. So I mean, it's a base model back then, which was kind of good because if you're going to race a car back then, you want the lightest car, so you don't want all that extra stuff in there. Right. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's been tons of stuff. I've been working on this all through the winter and everything, you know, trying to get it ready for this season.
Well, so what changes do you plan to make coming up?
Well, like I just said a little bit ago, those brakes. Right. I would like to get either at least front wheel disc brakes would be nice because it's really the guy that sold this car, not the original guy sold it to a guy in Palos Heights, and then I bought it. The second guy had to sell it because he was too old to push the brakes. He didn't have the power. You got to really push on these things, and it still kind of isn't that. It's just not that reliable. Yeah, I want to really feel them, you know, grab. So that would be one thing. And then if I kept the car and really did a lot to it, I'd like to get a blower, if you know what that is, you know, where you cut the hood out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some, or that would be kind of nice.
My oldest son knew the sound of a blower when he was 2, so I think that would look really good. Absolutely. Yeah, they got that whine that whine, hiss or whine or whatever it is. Yeah. Well, I think that'll look great. You can check out your car along with all the rest of them tonight on US Classic Muscle Cars. And we'll look for you with a blower. Hopefully, yes. When I become famous and get the money, that'll go right into the blower. Thank you. Thank you.